Hi friends, Wade Baldwin with Freedom Echo here, and in this video I'm going to talk about accountability and just some thoughts and advice I think you'll hopefully find valuable. So stick around and let's get to it. So welcome to another video from Freedom Echo Accountability. So what does that mean? Keeping yourself accountable to what you say and what you want to do and achieve. And is there any punishment involved? When a lot of times you think, oh, I made a mistake at work. Who's accountable for that? And, making mistakes is supposedly how we're supposed to get better. And it's supposed to be a good thing. Society and corporate America obviously make that very difficult because while there are some encouraging environments out there, the majority of them are more about punishment versus reward and blacklisting, if you will. Speaking of punishment, for those of you that aren't familiar with this symbol or know comics, this is the symbol for the Punisher, comic book vigilante, if you will. And while I'm a fan, I don't necessarily agree with all his tactics. And so one of the things I wanted to bring up and pose a question is, do you punish yourself if for some reason you slip or go off track? But before we get there, let's talk about accountability and how do you hold yourself accountable? For me, I'm usually pretty good at holding myself accountable to certain things and daily routines. And there's certain things that, especially if they're of a private nature, obviously you'd want to keep that to yourself and not necessarily seek outside help. But the best accountability for, I think, just overall, especially if you've ever done a workout routine or gone to the gym, how much easier is it if you have a partner or somebody that comes and picks you up for an engagement or something like that? Or, you're going to be potentially letting that person down if you don't show up. And I strongly encourage, depending upon what it is, that you find an accountability partner, because back to the punishment part, I don't know if you're like me, but who are we best at punishing and giving the guilt trip to? I am a professional when it comes to self-punishment, self-degradation, getting a lot better. But certainly if I miss something, I still go back to that. Oh, you expletives inserted here. How can you not do this? Why are you coming up with excuses? And because that's what it is, right? If you don't meet that commitment, you'll try and come up with an excuse, but move past it. It's in the past. And having an accountability partner, it's easier to forgive them or have them forgive you, and you just move on to the next step. You can talk about it. We can certainly have inner dialogue, but oftentimes if we're in that mode of guilt, we're not going to have a fruitful conversation on how we get out of that. But that's a totally separate topic as far as guilt and everything goes. But it's important to have something to count on, rely on, to help you keep making progress towards your goals, towards that life that you want to achieve, and not get set back by negativity and internal guilt and punishment. So find a partner. Don't punish yourself if you miss. Just get back right on the horse and keep trucking forward. It can be very difficult to move forward and change yourself, especially if you've been doing certain habits for the majority of your life. You're becoming something new. You're shedding old skin, if you will, an old shell. And without being able to forgive yourself, it's going to be just that much more challenging to get to where you want to go. So forgive yourself and reward. I think a big one is the reward that we forget to give ourselves when we reach those milestones. Because yes, it's about hitting that milestone and moving forward to that next step, next goal, next level. But let's celebrate. There's an achievement there to be recognized. And, you know, who doesn't like a pat on the back, even if it's from ourselves? So I hope that's beneficial. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Don't forget to SSL, subscribe, share, and like, and we'll see you next time.